What up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Y'all ready for Sistas tonight? I'm certain. Let me get my hat right. What up, what up, what up? How y'all doing? My girls hold me to, and boy, my sorrow, and my love life is a heavy. We gotta get Anthony in this thing. Let me see what Anthony talking bad.
Oh my God. Is it too late for me to audition for Riley the Musical?
Uh,
Please.
Actually, no, it's not. I think
Oh,
that you
oh,
can do it. You can do it right now.
thank God.
Let's hear it.
I wasn't gonna sing. I was gonna tap dance, but I left my shoes back in Indiana. God, see.
Got it. So you won't get this job. Like
Oh,
you're not gonna get this one. Um, Maybe next time. You got a whole baby though,
I know, man.
so you can't be leaving your shoes. Like you got another mouth to feed.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I sold the shoes actually.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I sold the shoes. What's up, man?
Nothing much, just chilling, thugging it out.
I feel it. You looking good.
Well, God is good,
That he is.
and water is good.
And yeah, man.
Let's say congrats on the baby.
Oh, thank y'all. Thank you.
You
A
always
lot
trying to
of.
outdo me.
You said what?
You always trying to outdo me. Baby coming soon.
Oh, well, you gonna drop a baby?
Baby coming soon.
You gonna drop a new baby? That's what's up.
Baby coming soon.
Everything
What's
been
up?
good, man?
Man, if everything hadn't been good, I wouldn't say it on
I
here.
I feel you. I feel you.
But no, things are wavy. I'm just chilling, thugging.
I dig
You know
it.
how I do.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
No, congratulations to you, the one that's doing everything.
Hey, man. I'm
I'm over
trying.
here just in your shadow, like always.
Nah, never. Never. Never, never, never.
In your shadow, like always.
Mm-mm.
Wow. So we're here, man. This is Brian Jordan Jr. and Anthony Dalton II of Tyler Perry's Sistas, and
Yes,
happy
sir.
to be talking with you guys today, quickly, briefly, but litly,
Yes.
about some Sistas topics. Now, we get a lot of questions. So today I took over the Instagram for Sistas, and I got a lot of questions, Anthony, about
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina and Calvin, and like, do I think that they should be together? Like, am I team Sabrina and Calvin, or am I team Sabrina Jacoby? Like that whole thing.
Okay.
Obviously, my answer is biased because why would I not be Sabrina and Calvin? Like, are you crazy?
Right.
But I want to know what Anthony thinks about Sabrina and Calvin's like
Man.
crazy.
Oh, man. They need some straightening. At the end of the day, they just need some straightening. Their relationship is so, it's not toxic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, they just have a problem getting on one accord.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They just, every time, it's like they take 2 steps forward and like 7 steps back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole dance that we've been doing, for these last 3 seasons thus far.
Yeah.
Because Calvin really cares about it. You don't get that emotionally invested in somebody if you don't care about them.
True.
If Calvin did not care about her, he wouldn't have pulled up at the bank. The bank was just an excuse to see Sabrina, even though his money was gone. But you know how people do in relationships, oh, man, I'm finished with you. yo, I left my do-rag over at your house.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. So, and she has her own hang-ups, just like we all do. But hopefully, she found a new guy, and it's not exactly what she wanted, but and now she's in the situation that she's in, and I don't wish that on her or anybody like that.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
My grandmother used to say a thing. She said, every dog has its day.
Absolutely.
And it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Got the gun. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's the rabbit? We don't know.
That's what I'm saying. We don't
know who the rabbit is. What I will say is this, though. I bet you Sabrina gonna learn about playing with people.
Yeah. I mean, and you slept with somebody you're their boss. And
let me tell you what them sisters gonna do. Sleep with somebody. They go.
Yeah, somebody gonna get slept with.
Somebody gonna get slept with.
Gonna get slept with. Gotta have it. Look, man, and that's why the fans keep tuning in. I mean, I've seen more of our brother DeVal than I've ever wanted to see.
My God, DeVal.
Let
me tell you what DeVal gonna do. Lay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He gonna lay.
Blue light. Shower, on the kitchen table.
My goodness!
In a car.
Let me tell you what I want to see. A red light. Stop.
Stop doing that.
I don't want to see it another time.
Right. That's what they gonna do. DeVal Zack gonna do his thing. Now he got some bread too. He got money now.
It's over. It's over now. It's over. I was on here one time talking with Cheeto about like everybody giving Gary a hard time, and just I guess about like the men on Sistas getting a hard time.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about the standard that the audience, who is probably demographically female heavy, how do you feel about the standard that they hold men to?
I mean, everybody has their standards of what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, and it's no different. What I love about our show is that it shows different dynamics. It shows like 1 minute, because we know the fans, they kind of, we love y'all, but they kind of code switch. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 minute, it was so crazy because after season 1, after I called Sabrina out her name, after I got drunk, and after I lost my father, going through all this emotional stuff, it was like people just forgot about that I just lost my dad. This woman is up here. I'm telling her I'm who I am, and she's not believing me and all this stuff. And then my father dies, so I'm in my feelings. I'm drunk, but they love, the sisters so much that they just came to her defense. But then when she, of course, which rightfully so, because no woman should want to see another woman get talked to like that. But then when Sabrina starts acting a little bit out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, poor Calvin or poor Zack. Remember, Zack was, the biggest piece of what when he was messing with Karen and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, Karen becomes the, you know what I'm saying? It's the juxtaposition.
I think that initially, because it was a broader perspective on the female side, it was easier to connect to connect to the women and connect to their struggle, because
absolutely
the struggle was only portrayed on one side. But I think that as we, as Tyler had the opportunity with more episodes to broaden the spectrum when it comes to like the different vantage points, and so you get to see men being treated a certain way by the women, and the reason why the women are the way they are, and the reason why the men do the things they do. I think that it just gives the audience kind of a choice. But I think that even still, the women be like, y'all wrong. He
Right.
wrong for that. Why he, you know?
Absolutely. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is it puts a mirror up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it puts a mirror up to maybe what you may do, because when you get the perspective of your girlfriends or even your boys, they're gonna ride with you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get that outside looking in, like, wow, I may be like that. I may be embarrassed to say I'm like that, but I'm really, you know, I may want to be this character, but I'm really this character. So it's actually brilliant
Yeah.
the way that Tyler has made these storylines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I also think that it is just reflective of life. Because
Right.
how often do we change our minds? You know?
All the time.
All the time. And
All the
so
time.
one time they want to kill Maurice, then the next minute they laughing at him because Maurice. But what I will say about Maurice is, not to bring Maurice into the mix, but Maurice is somebody who you want to you love to hate. You like the friend who's gonna like you like. I love him so much, but can he shut up? You know.
Oh yeah. But
That,
that's good. You know, it's because I tell you what, if you weren't there, there'd be petitions. Where is Maurice? Blah 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 blah. Oh my God. You know, so
well,
even the people that's like, oh my God, sometimes he can be too much. It's like, no, you don't miss something until it's gone. You know, and even with the storylines, it's like everybody. I mean, and shout out to Sky Black. That's our homeboy. Like, shout out to him, man. He's been killing it as Jacoby. But everybody was in love with Sky. Everybody was in love with Sky, Jacoby, when he came on. But then when you switch this last episode and said you're going to cause sexual harassment, it's like, yo, that's some, you know, and even with Maurice telling her to say that he did something to her, it's like, yo, that's kind of.
Yeah, that's dangerous is what it
Yes,
is.
absolutely. So, of course, people are like, that's, yo, I love Maurice, but yo, that's foul, bro.
But
Like, you
some
know what I'm
people are
saying?
like, but on the other side, some
Yep.
people are like, let's go. Like we lying, let's lie.
Fight fire with fire. Not when you go low, we go high, but when you go low,
What
we dig
Maurice
a
say?
tunnel.
We dig a tunnel.
We dig a tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
Maurice
So
said that. He said those words.
he definitely said that. You know,
I believe Brian Jordan Jr. even.
I was about to
spoke
say
with
it
that.
ain't too much. I was like, I felt that.
I believe Brian Jordan Jr.
I know Brian Jordan Jr. Yeah.
Right. But I don't live my life like that. I am a high vibrating person and very kind to people.
Yes, you are.
Jacoby's in a vacant hotel by himself. But I'm gonna tell you something. It is just phenomenal that we have gotten the opportunity to be able to tell so many different stories and to be able to be a part of something that really, really has brought in a multitude of like different people that can connect to different, like, I mean, so many different things. That's what I always say about Sistas. It's my favorite part. It is so, there are like so many constants that are ever changing, which that may be like a little texture for people, but it just means that like there are these 5 variables, right? And we have Adan, and we have, you know, Sabrina, we have Andy, we have I was gonna say Crystal, Fatima, we have, you know, Karen, and around these variables are every single thing that could possibly happen in somebody's Black millennial life. Interracial, intersectionality, you know, sexuality, different socioeconomic upbringing, like different educational background. It's really, really, really textured in that way, and so you're gonna get a bunch of different opinions.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. They say Jacoby is still my dude. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
and what Jacoby has done is literally single-handedly tried to ruin this girl's life. And people saying,
right, but people will rock out. People will make excuses.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something though. People don't feel like Jacoby should have been fired.
That's true too, because I'm the one who initiated. Calvin's the one who initiated the fight, but the thing is, you said what?
And got what?
Right, man, bro.
My guy Anthony said not in real life though.
Hey, you already know. I was like, I gotta catch him with one. I gotta
Not
at
in
least
real
try to
life,
catch him in
though.
one. You know what I mean? But
My guy.
you
Why I
know,
oughta.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But that just goes to show you, Calvin's not he's a lover.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like that rah toxic. Even when he was drunk and he tried to be, this is what you want. This is, you want a thug ass dude and blah, blah, blah. He's not that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it shows like his heart. If you can get past, I think if you can get past, first of all, if you can, any character on the show, if you can get past that initial, everybody plays their role with such heart to that character and such truth to it. So,
You got to honor him. You have to honor him. That's what, I think that, with the blessing, there's a blessing and a curse when it comes to the show that, becomes coveted and loved like our show has been. The downfall is not really a downfall. It's a blessing and a curse. The blessing and the curse is people really, really get connected to the stories.
Absolutely.
And then they start to form their opinions on maybe even the person playing the character.
Yeah.
Based on what they've done or what has been written for them to do.
Right.
Because I think that, a lot of times people just forget like that somebody writes this, you know what I mean? Like,
right. We're not
stuff.
Saying our own stuff, like making it up.
These stories have been created. This show has been created by somebody who was a genius, one person who's a genius, but we just kind of come and do our job. But the thing about that is like, it's beautiful because people love the show so much that it has become a part of their like life, which is such an honor. So actually it's not a curse. It's texture because I just want people to understand like, we just kind of, we work it. This is our job, like,
right.
It's
a testament to everybody's performance.
For sure.
If you really think, like I've been saying, because everybody's been commenting, of course, when the scene went viral, everybody's like, yo, this is that. And I'm like, well, if you think that, first of all, if you think that I actually wear these underwear, if you think that I would actually get knocked out like that and spin and scream and all that stuff, as Anthony, I've done my job as an actor.
You already know what it is over here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You've done your job.
It is over here. Like people don't even know who I am. I think people are also like disappointed when I'm not Maurice too. Like I've learned that. Like they've been pissed. But it is a testament just to the work, because we work hard, man, and it's also like we work fast. Yes. And to be able to have that type of effect on people in such a short time of, having the time that we have to develop and to put the product out is very, very, very limited. And so the fact that people, I'm not going to say a curse word, but F with it is really cool to me. Like, it's really cool. And sure, you can call me Maurice if that's what y'all want to call me. So
right. Well, and I think the thing is, one thing about the show, it's actually shown who the fans are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, like, it's just like positive and negative. Because I'll read some stuff and it'll be like, in your personal life, you may be like, oh, I'm not homophobic or I'm not transphobic or this, but you'll say some stuff in the comments that shows what your views really are. So it's actually not just the cast showing these characters or playing these characters. It's also showing who you are, good, bad, indifferent. It's because people love to comment.
Educated.
That's true.
Because that's what it is. I don't think that they're bad people. I think that people are just without the information, without the understanding to be better, to be good, to understand. And what's so funny is I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but you brought it up. So I play a gay character on the show. And I've learned so much from playing this character on the show. And not only do I play a gay character on the show, I play a gay, black, effeminate character on the show. And so there have been some recent things, about the rapper, DaBaby, all that stuff going on with him. And I just find it interesting, like the different vantage points and about education and things like that. And I just find it, it's so enlightening to me, because I have been in a place where I thought, I mean, obviously I didn't think I had anything against anybody, but when you look at the way that things play out for people who are different than you are, then you'll never know what you could do to offend people, because you don't have that kind of knowledge, and a lot of people don't care to engulf themselves in anything that is different. It's just like, oh, I don't deal with that. I don't have friends like that. I don't, and so it's like you're not gonna know what to say or what not to say.
Right.
And so I think that's why it's the visibility of somebody like Calvin on a TV show, the visibility of somebody like Maurice on a TV show is important, because it's educational.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's educational. A lot of people, there's a lot of different perspectives on the baby situation. I have my opinion, but I don't think I'll share it here. But what I will say is I think that education is important no matter what you feel.
And education comes in different forms. It can be a conversation. It can be as brutal as, quote unquote, getting canceled.
Which I hate that. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. That breaks my heart. But what I will say is that type of cancellation, I see a lot of people, let's just really get into it.
Yeah.
Because you my guy, we can talk. Mm-hmm. When you see that type of cancellation, it is hurtful to me that it always happens. And it's also happening to Black people all the time, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It seems like it's always Black people.
Yeah.
In addition to that, and so that's why I really don't agree with the cancel culture. However, I do feel like it is important for people to see the visibility of just people saying, look, we're not standing for it anymore. Right. You can't just kind of say anything, that you want to say. If you offend people, this needs to happen. But I think that a lot of people are feeling like, when it comes to the LGBTQIA thing, that these corporations are feeling like, if you say something about that, then that's like the end of the line. Like, it's the only thing that, and so my thing is this: I do believe that business is business. Yeah. And in the last 2 or 3 years, the LGBTQIA community has shown themselves to be on one accord. Also, zero tolerance for discrimination and disrespect. And people who are running these companies, running these festivals, running these, concerts, especially in the wake of taking 2 years off from making money because of COVID, they're like, we cannot risk. It's not about them loving the gay people so much. In my opinion, it's not about them loving. It's about loving money.
It's about money.
And if that money's gonna get messed up, it's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna holler at you.
We got to and that goes for anything. If there was a white artist that says something about Black people or people of color, they're gonna get rid of them too.
But the only reason why they would get rid of them is because Black people have not been tolerant of it. Right. There was a time where Black people kind of let stuff slide, and when they let stuff slide, the festivals let stuff slide.
Yep.
So I see a lot of people say things, and I guess I just got to get this out. I see a lot of people like saying things like, they have rappers rapping about Black men killing each other, rapping about women and doing them wrong, but y'all still listening to it.
Yeah.
Y'all still listening to the music. They've been rapping about Black men killing each other and shooting and, whatever forever. And you've been listening to it, you've been rapping, and you've been buying it. And so the festivals feel like that's what y'all want to hear.
Right.
So they're going to keep bringing the people there.
Whatever's hot, they're going to bring in. If it was, there's country music festivals and all these things, but it's like you said, whatever brings in money, they're going to go with. And whatever goes against messing up their bag, they got to denounce themselves from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just as simple as that. It's not like you said, it's not that they're just so in love with the LGBTQ community. It's just that I can't, like you said, we took a year off. I can't afford to mess up my bread for one person. Now, if it was like all the artists were saying stuff, they not going to cancel the whole festival. Because if it was this artist, that artist, and like, let's just say 12 people that were slated to go, they're not going to cancel that. They're going to be like, y'all, can't we just, can we get along real quick? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, it's all about that bread.
Yeah, it's really, really about the bread, and not to stay on that for a long time, but I just think that the visibility of Calvin and Maurice on a television show, that is widely watched by people who would not normally see these type of characters, is important for the education. Like, it's important to see, a character like Calvin, who is a full-on straight man, but just does things differently than other men would do it because of the way he was raised. And then also, like, there are people who, you know would say Maurice is too effeminate. He's too loud. He is this and he's that. But I think that it's important to show those type of people, because I know people like Maurice.
Absolutely.
I know people like Maurice, and I believe that it is important to see those people on television, because those people need to see themselves on television, and also other people need to see them people on TV or everywhere, in politics, in music. Like, it needs to be. Right. It needs to be. Somebody just said, wait. It would be nice for the cast to have a special wrap up of the previous season on BET. Put that in Tyler's ear. Just wait. So, I just think that it is time for people to be visible beyond just a linear spectrum. It's so much texture to blackness. It's so much texture to
manlyhood, to womanhood, to everything. And it's so crazy, because during the first season, I got educated, because being from the Midwest, and I didn't know a Calvin existed, because where I'm from, everybody's like, if you are this way, it's But here in Atlanta, where I live now, and been here almost 12 years, you meet people. So I had so many people DMing me like, bro, thank you. I'm a straight man. I just have I have a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
But it's hard. So these characters aren't like made up characters that don't exist in the world. And part of our job as actors is to give a voice to the voiceless. I've said this before so many times. That's our job. And we have to operate in the truth with these characters. Yes, sometimes we do things that are a little extreme, but that's for television purposes. That's for entertainment, because going back to that scene in the bank, the scene was so heightened. It's like, oh, this testosterone is finally, we about to see what's happening. And then the hit and the spin and the scream comes. That's entertainment, and you have to add that, or else people wouldn't watch. And you have to add levels of comedy, because you can't watch an hour-long show and it just be draining you. You start seeing yourself and things you may have done and said, and you're like, oh my God, I may be a real piece of what. You got to have some levity. That's where Maurice comes in. That's where Calvin and Maurice's dynamic comes in. That's where Danny comes in. That's where Zack comes in. So, it's an educational show, and, we're both, I can speak for you. We're blessed to be a part of it. And, there's I love playing Calvin. I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's right. If people knew all the stuff I did for my skincare in the morning, they think I was Calvin. And everybody want to talk about all your skin like this. This is a whole thing. Like, it's a
regimen.
It is a whole thing. Like, and so what I will say is this, just wrapping that part up. There is nothing wrong with understanding people who are different than you are. And it also has nothing to do with you. Like, it has nothing to do with you, the way people live their lives.
Right.
Anyway, moving on. I want to get your opinion, Anthony. And I'm kind of going off script, because they give us the script for these things, guys. But,
script schmidt.
But I want to know, like, how you feel about all of the different relationships. I want to get your opinion. So we're going to start off with the infamous Gandhi, Gary and Andy.
Yo, Gary and Andy. It's the age old, that whole I'm that's your man. I'm sticking beside him. That's my man, because it's the whole I'm sticking beside him.
That video, let me just say this. It's people love the I'ma stick beside him part. It's me. My favorite part is him saying that's your man.
Right.
That's him.
Basically, that's who you want to be with? All right.
That's him.
I think and I'm sticking beside it.
I'm
But I
sticking
think
beside him.
that's a relationship that a lot of people go through. Once again, going back to operating in the truth. These are real situations that people go through. There's people who watch the show who don't want to admit that they are either in that relationship or they've been in that relationship. You know, so it's easy from the television or from your living room saying, Andy's stupid, Andy's this. But maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, you were in the same situation, and maybe thank God you got out of it. But love is blind. Love will make you do some crazy things. I mean, how many times have you talked to a friend who's like, they're telling you all these things that their significant other has done, and you being on the outside looking in, you're like, well, leave. But it's just not that easy to leave. I don't care if you're educated. Everybody's like, Andy is a lawyer. She's this, she's this. So that doesn't mean anything. That just means that you have education. But sometimes you don't know, you may not know what's best for you at that time.
Even sometimes when you're smart enough to know, it doesn't mean that your heart will allow your mind.
That's true. Absolutely.
You know, because the mind is one part of your psyche, like of your being. That heart is heavy. That heart gets heavy. Okay, my thoughts about Andy and Gary are moving on to Danny and Preston. Destin.
The consummate good guy, got his stuff together, but I feel like there's a lot of hurt or fear with Danny. She's afraid to open up. It's almost like, is this too good to be true? Once again, a lot of people have done that. You know, like you already know, like the story of Dana and I didn't want to be in a relationship because I had nothing to offer her when we first started dating. But she
you had nothing. You thought you had nothing to offer.
I thought I had nothing to offer her, but she saw like my drive and what I wanted to do and just that passion for what I wanted to do.
Which I still don't understand. Yeah.
Well, there it is. But we here now.
Y'all show there.
We here now. I'm stick beside her. But no, like those are the things, like you're just afraid to open up. Men have that, women have that. And once again, that's a truthful thing. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like their relationship, if they can get it together, it could be something special.
Sure. I think that my little tidbit is it's so sad how fear can be so detrimental in the face of like happiness. Like fear is like the enemy of happiness. And in this situation, I do feel like Danny, who craves for the love that she already has, is sabotaging you know, herself in a real way. And Preston is just kind of around, but I think Preston is also like, we can't make it seem like Preston ain't, you know, perfect, because he's not. I think that Preston also is somebody who, it takes a special type of man to understand a black woman, especially when you're not a black man.
Absolutely.
And so when you're not a black man, there's
say that one more time.
It takes a special type of man to understand a black woman, especially when you are not a black man. The diaspora of black people in America is so textured that a white man really has to work about 4 times as hard as a black man to fully understand the virtue, the needs, and the expectations of a black woman. And I don't think that's it. I don't think that Preston has done that work. I feel like if Preston feel like he can make a state and show up at somebody's house and it's okay, it'll never happen. That black woman needs more than that, brother. Yeah. Or not, brother, because you're, you know, other. Yeah. So
Trinity's our brother. Preston
Trinity is my
is the other.
Preston is a white man, and and he needs to understand how to treat a black woman.
Right.
Next couple.
Okay.
Karen and Aaron. Now this is my favorite.
Oh man. Karen is at right now being in season 3. Karen is in that state of back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. You know what I'm saying? Because she still loves Zack, even though she tried to have him arrested, all that stuff. Once again, love is blind. But now it's like a kid who you have a toy and you're playing with that toy and then it gets old and you kind of like put it on the shelf. Then a kid comes over, sees the toy is new to them. So they're like, oh, I'm playing with the toy.
Don't touch my toy.
Yeah, and now you're like, yo, but that's my toy. That's the same thing what Karen is doing, because now that energy that Zack is, or that energy that Zack has for Karen, I mean, he's moved on. So now that makes her desire him more because he's not pressed. He doesn't need a place to stay. He doesn't need money from her. And I think Aaron is just collateral damage. Like, he's just in the mix right now, but she wants to open up to him and be with him, but she's not fully out of the woods with Zack yet.
And I'm going to say this. Don't forget that Aaron was married to that white woman. I don't want nobody to, and so we got to understand that before we even get into this. Then, so he went from the white woman who murdered herself in the hair salon to like this super like black, I ain't taking it, different wig every day, like woman who is in a kind of relationship with a guy on a bike. I just want y'all to understand, like, the merging of the worlds.
With the Velcro wallet.
That's right. A Velcro wallet, a library card, and he a preacher. It's just like
a lot. Yeah.
100%, but here's the thing. Aaron is probably the character that I'm like, you know what? God gonna bless you, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. If I walked into a closet on somebody who I'm dealing with in there with somebody else, my wife wouldn't be the only person dead. And we can move on.
Rough.
Zatima. The crowning glory of Sistas.
Zatima. Man. They have a lot of sex. They have a lot of sex. A lot of sex. But no, the consummate don't take no mess, I'm guarded because my feelings, if I give my feelings, that's going to show vulnerability. And like we all are, with our hearts, with our spirits, we're guarded to a degree. And she knows Zack has a history. Plus, he's had sex with his ex. He has said that he's still in love with her, so it's kind of hard now that he's trying to change tunes. Like, all right, I'm done with her. I'm good. She's out of my system. In Fatima's mind, it's like, you're gonna have to prove to me that this is over with.
What I will say about Fatima is I appreciate the vantage point of her as a sister and how differently she approaches things.
Yeah.
And I also appreciate how fine Fatima is, but that's neither here nor there. What I will say is this. She's fine. And and the fact that she is dealing with the struggle that a lot of, I feel like Fatima is kind of like, and I don't want to generalize this, but like a man in some ways, because she's dealing with the struggle of like, oh, we cool, like we not in nothing serious.
Yeah.
So it's cool, like whatever, but she really has feelings.
Absolutely.
And
You can see
I've
that.
been in that place before.
You
I've been
can
in that
see
place
that.
before where I've just
Yeah.
decided like, oh, it ain't gonna, yeah. And then you'd be like, why are you talking to? Why y'all
Right.
over there? What and I think that's what we're dealing with now. Like, because she's upset with Zack or pretending to be, or whatever she's doing, upset with Zack. But then it's like, you can't be because y'all chilling. You whatever. You pretending that actually, it ain't a man thing to do. That's a woman. Women be doing that. Women be saying they don't want no attachment. Then they gonna kill you if you look at somebody like either way. I do feel like Zack with Fatima is the thing that we wanted for Zack. Like, we want Zack to
Yeah.
win.
We want him to win.
We want him to win, and we want him to do well. And it feels like Fatima, because she doesn't have that horrible history with him. Because I don't want to downplay Karen.
Right.
Karen went through a lot with Zack, and I also feel like Karen is the reason why Zack has gotten to the point where he is, so that Fatima could appreciate him. But
I think that's why she's upset.
100%,
Karen,
she doesn't want
because
anybody.
she built up a man.
That's right. That's her investment.
Yes.
And somebody else is reaping the
and
profit.
somebody else cashed in on it. Yep.
That's
absolutely.
Right. And so, but also, when you put in an investment, you can't give up on it if it just doesn't work.
That's true.
And if you do give up on it, somebody else is going to get it if their stock starts to rise. So, and that's just literally what has happened. Like,
right.
Literally the whole, whatever money that he made from whatever, thing is like changing his life. And now it's like, damn, like whatever I did inspired him in whatever way to do better. But now I don't even get to reap the benefits.
Right.
So she kind of got the short end of the stick. So I feel bad for her. But what I will say is this: it ain't Fatima's fault.
That's, once again, she just happened to.
It ain't her fault. Anyway, we about to come on in about 15 minutes on BET.
Yeah.
And you gotta watch it live. You gotta comment. You gotta live tweet. We trending every week. We need to get to one today. Number one today, y'all. Tweet. Watch the show. Some crazy stuff is gonna go down. Y'all gonna learn some stuff about about some people tonight. Maybe Maurice, maybe Q. We'll see. And it's gonna be lit. And I'm excited to see what happens. And I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. I think that we may need to take some questions. You guys have questions? We'll maybe spend like 5 minutes or 3 minutes doing questions. Anthony, I just want to know if you had to scream like that and how many takes did it take. Please tell them how many takes it took.
One take.
That's it.
One take.
That's it. Anybody got something to say? Come on now with the questions. We're going to get on off here. Maurice needs a boo next season. I don't know about all that. I don't know too much. That's because boo mean you got to do. And everybody just, how do you not laugh at Maurice when y'all, how do you not laugh at Maurice when you do it?
You don't. You laugh. You laugh. You laugh. But it's more internal. Like, I broke character more time working with Brian than I've ever broke on any project I've ever done. And I usually stay zoned in, but certain stuff that this man throws at you during a scene, you can't help but to laugh, man. He's hilarious, So it's you laugh.
Right. We have a good time. We do. We really do. Brian, have you ever done Broadway? Yes. I actually have. I did the Color Purple National Tour, and then I did Broadway workshops in the beginning of Holla If You Hear Me on Broadway. I've had a few little B-way experiences. What else? Who took Karen's money? I don't know who took her money. Do you freestyle at times? As acting, sure.
Yeah.
I'm also like a freestyle rapper. So
there you go.
Which character would you slap when you watch the show back? Y'all messy. I'm not doing that. Ryan, do you come with your own lines? No. Tyler writes the scripts. We collaborate on things. We talk about things. Jokes are made and done sometimes on the spot as we film, but Tyler writes everything. Good to see you on live. Good to see you too. God bless you. Ken Bryan say, what go on? What go on? What go on, rude boy? Anthony, do you deal with Maurice? I don't understand that question.
I don't know either.
I know Fatima better not apologize to Karen now one more time. Are you single? I am single. Anthony is married. Slap the fire at Andy. Ain't nobody slapping Andy.
Andy's a lawyer. Y'all gotta realize, like,
exactly.
You don't slap a lawyer.
Are you coming up in any movies? Hopefully. Season finale, no, we have like 30 episodes. Like, how many episodes we got left?
I don't even know what number we're on now. Like,
I think we're on like 6 or 7.
I think 7.
We'll get to backstory to the characters, especially the ladies. Maybe. How is it working with Tyler Perry? It's great. It's fast. It's a masterclass because he does everything. It's really, really unlike anything I've ever done before. Offset, who is the most relatable to their character on set?
That's hard to say. No, I don't think anybody, because they bring something, but
yeah.
I don't like see them now and then to see their character. It's like
I'm losing my life, y'all. So I'm about to get off here.
That's the high rise.
Get out of here. Get out. Wait, where you at?
We're not talking about me, right?
The high rise, but also like I got 2 homes. Whatever. Oh, actually, Aaron. Yes, Aaron is probably the one.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know, like Aaron walking in, like Kevin is the. I asked him one day, does he ever have a bad day? And he said, no, I do not. And he gave me some spiritual enlightening.
I'll be walking away.
And I was like, and I believe it.
I can't do it.
He ever has a bad day.
He be getting long and he be talking about stars and shit.
Yeah,
I can't.
And not stars.
Yo, we love y'all. Follow me at Brian Jordan Jr. Follow him at The Real Anthony Dalton. And watch Sistas in 10 minutes on BET.
Hold on 1 second. I got a treat for y'all real quick.
Uh-oh.
I wish I had known you were going to do
Come here, man. Come here, man.
Oh, look at it.
Oh,
y'all getting the exclusive. Let me tell you something. He ain't for it. He ain't for it. Look at him. Your twin.
I know, right?
He's your twin. Guys, make trip.
That's my buddy.
Oh, look at him.
I'm trying.
Y'all get to meet. Let me tell you something. This is my first time meeting them too.
Oh. You said that's your baby too?
No, I said it's my first time meeting him.
But we're going to keep him down in my house.
Exactly. Everybody knows it's my kid.
We're going to keep him down in my house.
Such a cute baby. Thank you so much for sharing your baby with us, Anthony.
Appreciate it, man.
Guys, and I want you guys to see my baby. So, you ain't the only one with a baby.
You ain't the only one with the baby?
Yeah. I love y'all. I'm losing my light, guys, and it can't happen anymore.
We got to get ready to do this show. Watch the show, please. Live tweet with us.
Yep.
Make those numbers. We've been trending on Twitter like
every week.
Less than like 3.
3. Yep.
We trying to get number 1 because I think wrestling beat us one time and
the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills been killing us.
I mean, I'm bless them. But
we love y'all. Watch us,
y'all, man.
All right, y'all. Peace. All right, Anthony. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Peace.
All right, man.